I went to Blackwood Asylum for one reason: to prove silence. I wanted to show that the house that calls your name was nothing more than local folklore, a desperate whisper from the past. But the truth is far worse. The beginning, the asylum's dark origin, Blackwood Asylum, wasn't built. It grew from the stone and shadows of a forgotten tragedy. Established in the late 1800s for those deemed incurably melancholic, it soon earned a darker reputation. Staff spoke of patients conversing with unseen entities, of whispers echoing empty halls, and the pervasive sense that the building itself was alive. They called it the listener. I called it a delusion. My grandmother was a patient here, convinced the house spoke to her, called her by a forgotten childhood name. I came to silence the echoes for her. Arrival, the invitation, the iron gates were rusted monuments to forgotten lives, groaning a protest as I pushed them open. A chilling wind, smelling of damp earth and something metallic, wrapped around me. The asylum loomed, a monstrous silhouette against a bruised sky. Its windows, like vacant eyes, stared back. The air here was heavy, not just with decay, but with a palpable presence. It wasn't hostile, not yet. It was inviting, a subtle pull like a barely audible melody just beyond hearing. That's when I first felt it, a brush of cold against my cheek, and a phantom whisper, light as a spiderweb that almost sounded like my name. Inside the walls, the house breathes. Stepping inside was like walking into a lung. The air was stale, thick and surprisingly warm in some pockets, freezing in others. Every creak of the floorboards, every groan of the ancient structure, seemed deliberate. As I moved deeper, past peeling wallpaper and overturned gurneys, the whispers became clearer. Not distinct words, but a chorus of hushed tones, like a crowd murmuring just out of sight. I paused in what must have been the main ward. Empty beds, rusted frames, shadows stretching like skeletal fingers. And there, from the corner of my eye, a flicker. A movement. Nothing. But the feeling of being watched intensified. My rational mind screamed old buildings, settling sounds, but my gut felt a cold hand on its core. The first contact, the familiar voice, I found myself drawn to a small, isolated room at the end of a corridor, distinct from the others. The door, though heavily weathered, seemed to radiate a strange warmth, a soft glow in the otherwise dim hallway. As I reached out, my fingers brushed against the wood. It was freezing, not cold from winter freezing, cold like a hospital morgue. And then, I heard it, clear as day. "Eleanor," the voice breathed. My grandmother's name. Not my name, but hers asterisk. My blood ran cold. The murmuring in the halls grew louder, more insistent, like 1,000 voices trying to break through. I yanked my hand back, adrenaline flooding my system. This wasn't a myth. This was real. The seduction, it knows what you want, the house shifted. The whispers began to change. They were no longer a chorus, but individual voices, weaving tales of comfort, of wishes granted, of fears erased. "Rest, Eleanor," one voice purred. "You've been through so much." Another, sharp and sweet, promised, "All your burdens gone." My own name, Mark, was woven into the tapestry of these siren calls. It was insidious. The air grew heavy, thick with unseen presences pressing in. I felt a profound sense of peace mixed with terror, a battle for my very soul. The room with the cold door, now, felt like a haven, beckoning me closer, promising respite. It was trying to lure me, not with fear, but with desire. It knew what I wanted, what I had come here to silence. It promised to give me back my grandmother, to erase her suffering. Breaking the spell, the escape. The thought of my grandmother trapped here stirred something within me. This wasn't her. This was a mimic, a predator. I stumbled backward, the peaceful facade of the whisper shattering, replaced by a chorus of angry, guttural snarls. The temperature plummeted. Shadows writhed on the walls. The very air vibrated with malevolence. I ran. Not walking, not observing, but running blindly. Through the labyrinthine halls. The sound of my name, now twisted and demonic, echoing from every direction. The house roared around me, a cacophony of frustrated rage. I could feel icy fingers raking at my back, invisible tendrils trying to ensnare me. The exit was a distant pinprick of light. I burst through the main doors, gasping for breath. The cold night air a blessed shock against my skin. Aftermath. The echoes remain weeks later. The asylum still stands, a silent monolith of stone and shattered glass. But the silence is a lie. I tried to prove the legend wrong, but I only confirmed its terrifying truth. Some places don't just hold memories. They devour them, digest them, and then use them to lure new prey. The house didn't just call my grandmother's name. It called my asterisk name. And it called to the deepest parts of my soul. I never saw what was inside that cold, inviting room. And I never will. Because some houses don't guard secrets. They guard entities. And once they learn your name, they never forget.